Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsal. Let's have a look at the headlines. President Wickremesinghe reveals plans to establish more economic zones throughout the country. Renowned travel website names Sri Lanka as the most ideal place for solo female travel. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe presided over the inaugural ceremony coinciding with the 45th anniversary of the Board of Investment, where he recognized the pivotal role of such initiatives in driving economic growth. 30 awards were conferred upon deserving companies for their exceptional contributions to foreign direct investment and export performance at the event held in Presidential Secretariat recently.
In a category, individuals contributing to the Sri Lankan economy were honoured with awards presented to prominent figures operating out of economic zones. President Wickremesinghe personally acknowledged their significant impact on the nation's economic landscape. Chairman of the Board of Investment, Dinesh Veerakkodi, presented a commemorative photograph capturing the inauguration of the Biyagama Investment Zone in 1981 to the President as a token of remembrance. President Wickremesinghe, along with award recipients, posed for a group photograph reflecting on Sri Lanka's pioneering role in establishing special economic zones in South Asia. He highlighted the success of investment zones like Katunayaka and Biyagama in attracting significant investors, fostering industrial development and creating employment opportunities.
Addressing the gathering at the Presidential Secretariat, President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Sri Lanka's economy will be transformed into a highly competitive export-oriented economy in 10 to 15 years. He also stated that government is working on bringing all the foreign investment project approvals under one roof instead of having to deal with several ministries to complete the process.
We've achieved economic stabilization in less than 2 years. In less than 2 years, we have achieved. We are really keeping. We are no longer relying on the central bank, or for that we are going out into the market. So, but this is not enough. What are you stabilizing? We are stabilizing an import-dependent economy. So the next is our transformation to an export-oriented, highly competitive economy. You have 10-15 years to do it. And amidst that, the BOI will change its character again as the Economic Commission. We look at some of the shortcomings, especially approvals will be handled by one agency. And that will take, even if ministries have any objections, it can be taken up, the minister will decide whether to go ahead or not. So I think with that we are going to solve one of the bigger issues, and some of the other issue areas some of the other issues also that have been worrying you will be disposed of.
Speaking further at the event, President Wickremesinghe said that the government is in the process of establishing many more economic zones throughout the country, and in the future all economic zones will be independent entities free from the Board of Investments.
We are going to separate the zones from the Economic Commission, because our zones, especially Biyagama and Katunayaka, has achieved the status of being about the best in the South Asian region. People still say that's the best services. We've had others. I got involved in having Koggala, starting Sitawaka, some of the larger ones. But with this, we can stand on our feet. So we will have a investment zone Sri Lanka. And people will then, you will be a license holder, you can run your own zones. So you need not worry to have one under the BOI. But what we have will be a separate company holding the government zones together. There are many more to come. We are waiting till the official creditors committee sign the agreements. We have about 1,000 acres now in Biyagama. We are looking at about 3,000 to 4,000 acres in Trincomalee, another 1,000 acres in north in 3 batches, about 3,000 to 4,000 acres in Hambantota, not to talk of the smaller zones that we will develop. So this is as far as the infrastructure is concerned. But what we are out now is to get more competitive investments, make the economy more competitive, make the country more investment friendly.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment has launched the National Guidelines for the Management of Shelters for Victim Survivors of SGBV aimed at combating sexual and gender-based violence in Sri Lanka. These guidelines, recently approved by the Cabinet, is aimed at addressing the current lack of regulatory oversight for shelter homes catering to their needs.
The guidelines are the result of a collaborative effort led by the Ministry together with the United Nations Development Programme in Sri Lanka. They form a key component of the Enabling Access to Justice for Victim Survivors of SGBV in Sri Lanka project, jointly undertaken with UNFPA Sri Lanka and funded by the Government of Canada. Director of Women's Bureau at the Ministry of Women and Child Affairs, Champa Upasena, emphasized the importance of these guidelines in regulating and streamlining services for victim survivors of SGBV. The guidelines will establish a state-led management system to register, monitor and enhance the quality of services for victim survivors of violence or domestic violence seeking refuge in shelters. Resident representative of UNDP in Sri Lanka, Asusa Kubota, highlighted UNDP's lead role in pushing this agenda forward.
Sri Lanka has been named the top destination for solo female travel in 2024 by a globally renowned travel website timeout.com. The global spotlight on Sri Lanka comes as a testament to the country's appeal and suitability for women traveling alone.
Time Out Group is a leading global media and hospitality business that inspires and enables people to discover and experience the best of the city. Time Out Media's multiple digital and physical channels spans websites, mobile, social media, videos and live events. Solo female travel has seen a surge in popularity, with a recent survey revealing that over half of Gen Z's women are contemplating traveling abroad alone. Describing Sri Lanka, timeout.com states the tiny teardrop island of Sri Lanka is like India in miniature but with its own unique charm, making it the perfect first stop for female travelers wanting to dip into South Asia. It further says that it is popular with backpackers and perfectly sized for a week or a month spent exploring the ancient UNESCO-listed sites like Dambulla and Sigiriya or visiting tea plantations in Nuwara. The website further adds that the golden beaches of Arugambe, Mirissa and Hikkadwa promises beachfront hostels, surfing and delicious local food. From the beginning of 2023, Sri Lanka has continually basked in global spotlight for its unique tourism offerings and its scenic beauty.
Cabinet spokesperson and Minister Bandula Gunawardena announced plans to import electric and hybrid vehicles as well as buses without special tax relief at the post-cabinet meeting media briefing held in Colombo recently.
Minister Gunawardena highlighted the need for modern transportation facilities in the tourist industry, citing concerns about the condition of current vehicles impacting Sri Lanka's reputation as a premier destination. The import of 750 electric and hybrid vans, along with 250 buses of varying seating capacities, aims to address the limitations posed by import restrictions on vehicles and essential spare parts. Gunawardena stressed the importance of maintaining high standards in tourist transportation to support Sri Lanka's economic revival, recognizing the industry's significant contribution to the country's development. While it's customary for vehicles used in tourist transportation to be replaced every 6 years, concerns have arisen due to the unsatisfactory conditions of existing vehicles, prompting the government to act.
Stay tuned for such an update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today.
The All Share Price Index gained 96.98 points to close at 11,795.47, and the S&P SL 20 gained 44.22 points to close at 3,481.54. The turnover was 2.9 billion rupees and over 83 million shares were traded.
Up next are Forex rates. That's all on news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.